Hello, AP Psychers. My name is Mr. Galusha, and I want to take a minute to welcome you to AP Psychology. Want to make a little video for you to let you know what our class is going to be like this year. Listen, I know things are weird, but this class is still an awesome class to be in this year. Psychology could not be more important, especially right now. At the end of the day, all psychology is the study of human thought and behavior. We study it scientifically so that we can help people. And I can't think of anything the world needs more right now than a whole bunch of people out there that know a little bit more about their other humans so that we can help. Like, really, what's more important than that? If you want a class that's immediately something you can use as soon as the bell rings, then AP Psychology is for you. It's changed the way I view the world, and I cannot wait to share it with you. Now listen, I know we can't do everything we would normally do in psychology. Behind me are a lot of the toys for the demos that we usually play with. But at the end of the day, none of that stuff matters. It's the conversations. It's the stories that we tell each other, be like, oh, wait, so that's why I do this, or this is what I heard, and now I understand it more. And we can still do that. It might be over a Google Meet, but that doesn't matter. It's still us connecting. And we can create that classroom environment, I have no doubt. If you're questioning the workload of the class, we're really going to do three things. We're going to do multiple choice tests like you see in your end of the year college board exam. We're going to do some open response questions. There aren't essays. They're like little short answers. They're called free response questions. And then you get to decide how you want to do your notes in this class. Maybe you'll do concept maps. You can do them online. You can do them through paper. Maybe you'll do notes. Maybe you'll do the multiple choice kind of section questions at the end of our different readings. I really want to give you a lot of choice because of the situation that we're all in. What would you expect out of class? I would aim about 30 minutes out of class and nothing more. In fact, if you're spending more than that, meet with me and I'll give you ways to make it faster. I want this class to be really accessible, time load for everybody. One of the things that I've been talking to my AP students about this year, I was talking to the AP SEM students about it too, is the notion of hustle. If you are someone who's super interested in psychology and like this might be something that you want to consider, that's fantastic. So sometimes that passion, even if it's just 30 minutes outside of class, can help you carry on. Sometimes if I run for 30 minutes, I want to stop at some point in time in the middle of that 2 miles, but you kind of push through. I call that having some hustle or having a side hustle. In my life, my side hustle is a photography business. In fact, I'm going to stop recording this video and very soon go out and shoot a house up in Somerville for a listing for an agent. That's my side hustle. If AP Psych is your side hustle, that is fantastic. I want you to become as passionate, as interested as you possibly can be, and that's awesome. If you get involved in the class and you realize, wait a second, this isn't kind of my thing, that's okay too. Come, talk to me. I will never pass judgment based upon what you're passionate about. Just a little piece of advice. Don't come to me and say you can't do it, because I know AP Psych is something that anybody in this building, I really believe this, anybody in this building can take the exam and do really, really well. So don't tell me it's too hard for you. I know it's not too much work because I've cut it down to the barest bones, and it's a lot less work than a lot of other AP classes. But it is totally fine if you have any thoughts about it, just to come to me and say, hey, listen, this is not my hustle. So it's a very accepting environment, and it is fine for us to have different places where we put our passions. I thoroughly respect that. If you're worried the class is going to be boring, let's speak to that. It is not going to be me talking at you. That's why I'm recording this video right now. I want our classes to still be interactive. So I'm going to really try to break them up into small group work or us having a conversation about something, so that it's not just 45 minutes every day of you sitting at a Google Meet with your camera on kind of drooling. I really want this to still be interactive and us discussing. One of the ways I'm going to get to that is through case studies. Normally, we wouldn't get to this until our very last unit, but I'm going to try to weave these into our class on a weekly basis, kind of like a little mystery that we start off with. So case studies, all they are, this is real. This is what they would use in teaching clinical psychology. Case studies are real life stories about people. And what I want us to do is try to use psychology to understand why that behavior is happening, and then most importantly, how psychology could help us with treatment. So here's a really short one right now. The name of the case study, because they don't give the real person's name, is Threatening Voices. So here was a 44-year-old unemployed man who lived in a single room occupancy hotel, and he was brought to the ER by the police, to whom he had gone to for help. He was complaining that he was frightened because he was hearing voices of men in the street below his window talking about him and threatening him with harm. When he looked out the window, the men had disappeared. The patient had a 20-year history of almost daily alcohol use, was commonly drunk each day, and often had experienced the shakes on awakening. On the previous day, he had reduced his intake to 1 pint of vodka because of stomach distress. He was fully alert and oriented on mental status exams when he came into the ER. Now, as a psychologist, we want to ask ourselves a couple of questions. What's causing him to hear voices that aren't there? Is that different than the voices that you and I hear when someone is there? Is this something like schizophrenia, or is something else in the mix? Notice the case study talked about him cutting back on alcohol. I could give you the answer right now, or I could not. And so I'm going to try to start off each week with us getting some kind of a mystery case study. And as the week unfolds, we kind of get enough information in the week to maybe put it together as to what's going on. Hey, listen, it can still be fun, even though it's 2020. And I am here totally supportive of your decisions, take the class. Super excited. I have 1,000% faith in you. AP Psychology students do really, really well in the class and then go on to be 1,000 different things. We have a lot of students that go on to take psychology. And what better time than to get into a field that's there to help people? Hey guys, I hope you have a great last couple of drops of summer, and I will see you on the 16th. Take care.